Welcome. One of the basic characteristics of any human tendency is we want to learn new developments in our interest area. That's a curiosity. Always the curiosity demands us to get the new updates, new information, and from all the reliable sources, whichever areas comes from that. So that is our basic characteristics of our human civilization. So that's one of the reasons why in India, in today's context, we have 400 plus television news channels. 400 plus television news channels. Apart from that, there are a lot of other channels for entertainment, other content, and other topics. But specifically about, we can understand that the significance of our interest in news consumption, news, receiving news on our interest areas. So that's our topic in today's discussion. We are going to discuss about how news in the digital age. We will try to understand the concept behind the new developments. A newspaper, radio, television, they are the mainstream legacy media. They have its own characteristics, professionally managed, controlled by a group of institutions or they may own a group of editions, and they are bound by a constitutional framework and a strong ethical guidelines, self-regulatory bodies. There are the institution, the news industry is highly professionalized, highly standardized. Not only in Indian context, even in any international level also. They are the more matured in terms of newspaper standardization or in a television part. Radio is not that much popular in news, but once upon a time it was very popular. But in a contemporary scenario, there are three major news players. One is the typical newspapers, magazines, newspaper, and other formats. Another one is a very powerful television platform, national, international, regional, language-based news channels. Thirdly, online platforms, news delivery through online platforms. So that's the third point is our crucial core area of this discussion point. And in the digital age, as you must be aware about the characteristics of online platform or digital platform, which is more interactive, unlike newspaper or television channels where our involvement is limited. We are mostly passive audience. A newspaper, they'll package it, they'll give it to us, we'll read it, and any response we want to give, we'll write to the letters to the editor. It might be published, it might be rejected, or whatever reasons. There's no guarantee that all our feedback will be accommodated. So that's a very limited scope for us as a part of the newspaper news consumption pattern is concerned. Whereas in the television is concerned, television also more or less is an extended form of newspaper. But one advantage is they are presenting the news in a multiple platform, mainly in the visual format and along with the other media elements. But our role remains intact. The way we interact with the newspaper or magazines, similarly we are interacting with the television. We listen to the whatever news is being given to us. Both the newspaper or the television platform, our role is limited. That's what we have understood. But what they're going to give it to us, we don't have any control over that. What kind of interest area what kind of news we want to understand, and what order we want to understand, and what order we want to consume that we don't have any control over that. Front page, what kind of story comes, inner page, further columns, and the business stories and sports. Similarly, primetime television, first package, what is the second one, discussion, last one. So if you are interested in a sports in a prime news, if that is being slotted around 25th minute, then you don't have any option to wait till 25th minutes. So that is the linear aspect of mainstream media. Once it comes to the digital platform, it has transformed the way we consume and way we produce a news. Remember that. We never use the word produce in the newspaper or television, where we can't do anything. And because we are a passive audience, where our role is confined to only consuming the news. There is no scope for us to produce a news for newspaper or to produce a television news package for television. That's not possible at all. But in digital platform, and that interactivity has given a tremendous scope for us to consume and equally produce a news because of the scope of technology that has democratized the news production and dissemination. It's no longer confined to one institution, a group of professionals, and massive investment is required for legacy mainstream media. But whereas digital media that broke all the records and it gave the liberty and empowered the individuals to consume and produce and disseminate the not a small audience, it's global audience. We can reach nook and corner of the globe. So that gave the scope for common people to take up the news dissemination. So that's how we got a new term called citizen journalism. And beyond that, there are two more point we need to understand along with the concept behind the digital news consumption patterns concern. One is the role of social media. The social media plays a crucial role in sharing the news items because that is the one highly customized, more integrated with the individual choices. Because news websites we might visit, but not like a social media. The social media is connected to our life 24/7. We might be activated the notification part. So whatever the news comes to our different social media accounts, we might be notified immediately. Any news, any messages, videos, audios, development, we might have created settings like that. Social media plays a very, very crucial role in sharing the news item in a wider circulation. Secondly, the algorithm, this is the bottom backbone of online digital platform that shapes the news distribution. And in the normal newspaper or television part, the gatekeeping is a crucial role there. The gatekeepers of newspapers and television channels, they filter the news item and they'll allow the certain news item, they reject many items irrespective of whatever the interest area. But that plays very limited role in the mainstream media. Whereas in an online platform, our interest area, which topic we are spending more time, what topic we are regularly reading, accordingly, either websites or the collaborators or the aggregators like a social media platform, they customize the news delivery as per our interest area. So algorithm plays a crucial role. Automatically in the background, they create a profile of your interest area in news. If it's a sports related one, if you go to aggregators like for example Google News, if you log in and reading a news and if you specify a certain area, interest area, most of the interface, whatever the story comes in the Google News, 90% of them will align with your interest area. Of course, you can go to the other areas to check the other remaining part, but in the initial, the landing page, where you are logged in with the Google services, you will find a lot of story ideas that match with your interest area. That is being done automatically with the help of algorithms. So these are the main characteristics of news in digital age. That's what we are going to discuss more in the coming slides and all. Particularly when we talk about how we consume, produce a news item, and anyone with internet connection nowadays are empowered to produce news. It's not only just consuming the news, but we can produce, we can distribute. It could be in a textual format, could be in audio format, could be in a video format. The plenty of new developments in our social context is being captured in the social media platform, particularly recent developments in any popular area. Even in nook and corner, there are stories are coming, particularly in the video format, thanks to the mobile data plan and reach of many social mobile phone based social media accounts. People can consume and distribute the news content. And mainly it happens in online. specifically in social media, because social media has its own restriction of the content. So that social media, it leads to the news websites. Primarily the all the news are being stored in the news websites only. But there are multiple entry points to the websites. One is through the aggregators, and that plays a minor role. But the major role is social media platforms. Social media platforms, I don't need to mention the specific areas, but you can be familiar with that part from WhatsApp to Telegram to Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, or X, or earlier Twitter. The many accounts leads to the websites only. So ultimately, whether we are going through aggregators or through social media, the primary source of information lies in the news websites. The traffic always diverted to the websites. But the traffic diversion is being done through either aggregators or through social media platform. This is a crucial marks. In this process, the algorithm plays a crucial role, and how we are being targeted, diverted, and all this being recorded, and it's based on the recording, based on the activities, the profile is being created. The target profile always being created in specific areas, and one is for the advertisement purpose, another one is for our interest area, particularly news. Based on their interest area, the content is get customized automatically with the help of algorithm. So this is one special characteristics of online part. And mainly when we come to the online news consumption is concerned, mobile plays a crucial role. And this is because this is access to news, it's on the go, or it's easy because it's being part of our daily life, the handset, mobile handset. And it's easy for us to capture or transmit. Anything can be done. It's a handheld device that can capable to run many things. And even in news industry nowadays are relying heavily on mobile based broadcasting and content. Many of them are high quality content can be generated, and handheld device, the reporter is able to handle many things. There is no need of separate team for field reporting nowadays. So mobile is a instrument that empower the individuals as well as industry, that allowed the newsroom as well as the individual to reach nook and corner of that because of the penetration of mobile and the penetration of smartphones, and more importantly, the mobile phone enabled with internet and the data plan. And nowadays mobile companies are offering data plans even a daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. Substantial reduction of cost economy involved in the data access is enable the individuals to get involved more. And if you look at the day-to-day affairs, the news is basically related to the power, the main power centers, either in the political level or corporate level or social institutions level or other major players in this social setup. And everybody nowadays through the social media wanted to reach the audience directly, bypassing the other news intermediaries or through news institutions. Of course, that's also happening. But celebrities, politicians, officials, and even journalists and important personalities, they're having millions of followers. They started updating their own developments. And the media, again, the social media, they have capable to circulate, make it viral, and that become a news in the mainstream media later. So that is the advantage of mobile. And since it's the part of daily life, the news cycle become a 24 hours. And the newspaper usually takes once in a day to take out the newspaper print out, or television has its own schedule. But thanks to the mobile, the breaking news, real-time news via social media and other platform has changed the way we consume the news content. And that's mainly because of social media enabled mobile handsets. And secondly, another important special characteristics of news in digital age is, unlike a newspaper, newspapers confine majority in the textual format. Television also, it's a visual platform, but it has limitations. Mostly you'll find the talking heads. Some experts come, newsmakers come, some panel come, they'll talk about many things, or visuals from the field. And that's what majority have occupied in a television news reporting. Whereas in a digital platform, the digital tools are heavily used. There are plenty of automated tools are available where the text is being converted into word cloud, or the material can be presented in infographics format, or multimedia can be combined with the multiple media elements. The complex story ideas can be presented in a very simple, creative manner that through which the medium can engage with the audience in a more meaningful manner. This is another way the news is being presented. And not only that, it enables the engagement of audience with the news platform. I told you that newspaper or television has a limited scope for the audience to participate. And whereas in online, and the person who's reading the news can connect with the reporter, can connect with the newsroom, and can connect with the newsmaker. There is a lot of scope for participation, engagement, and then through which they can enrich their understanding, or it's a kind of win-win situation for both the audience as well as the media companies, because media company also needs diversity, needs more information, needs much more content to strengthen their presentation part of content. It adds to that, and you might find plenty of news item based on the audience engagement. For example, if a auto driver or a passenger, through their journey, they got, this is a recent story of 20 kilometers of ride, they got millions of rupees of bills. So somebody might have shared their own experience in the social media account. Many people might have responded with criticism, responded with their own experiences, responded with further course of actions. So different perspectives being shared in that one incident, and mainstream media captures that development and writes a story and publishes a story on that based on the original incident and further engagement of other audience related to the event. So that is become another style of news story part. Apart from that, individuals are empowered. Not only the producing the content, can be engaged with media institutions. That's one part. Another important characteristics of online news in the digital age is democratization. Democratization is news production and dissemination is not confined to one particular set of professionals. Anyone can do that. Anyone with the internet connection and with a reliable understanding about handling the mobile handset, they can produce, they can distribute the news content. So this is the called empowerment, individual empowerment, in which the person can engage with civil affairs, or social affairs, or political affairs, on through which they can keep on sharing the comments, opinions, or real time facts and figures to the group of people or to the larger audience. So this is not a couple of decades back, it's a duty of news professionals, reporters, correspondents, editors. They are the one allowed in the sense they are the institution. They have the institution, the setup in which they can distribute the content far and wide. So, but the technology enabled us to do in a much more meaningful manner, and there we have different platforms within the online platform. For example, somebody can go for social media, someone can create a news websites, or they can have a blogs, they can have a social media accounts. Material can be present in textual format, or in infographics, or images, a video, or combination of all these points. And different social media accounts are available on different things that certain social media services provides only media rich content. Some of them are purely text based, but nowadays majority of the online social media platform accommodates all sort of media content. It has disrupted the traditional gatekeeping. The gatekeeping, actually, the word is basically confined to the newsroom operations of institutionalized media outlets, and they are empowered to kill the stories. They are empowered to allow the stories to go to the public. And in a day, newsroom, in a typical national newspaper daily setup, they'll get thousands of stories in a day. But at the end of the day, next day morning when they publish a story, they might be carrying 200 or 300 stories. 800 or 700 to 800 stories are being removed, killed, or rejected, so whatever be. This process is called gatekeeping. And when the new technological platform is concerned, there is no institution, no setup, or no newsroom operations that filters the content. It goes automatically. Of course, we talked about algorithm. There are algorithm is being created to remove the extreme cases. They have companies of social media. They identified certain keywords which are not allowed. They have identified within the algorithm. If you post something, it may not be able to circulate. It may not be get posted and all. So that is the extreme cases. Otherwise, the normal opinion, normal expressions, anyone can present any viewpoints about any developments through their account. Nobody is there to stop you to do that. Freedom of expression that guarantees our own holding our expression and expressing it in a public platform. So that is the whole process of traditional gatekeeping process got disrupted in a social media or online platform. This is another major development here. And not only the diversity, multiplicity, these are the outcome of democratization of news. It's not just the media or technology enable the individuals to produce a content, whereas this facility provided an opportunity for us to have a multiple viewpoints. If you look at the newspapers, if you look at the television news channels, depends upon the democratic or political environment, they might have taken a certain position for the sake of their own interest area, because of that to survive in that environment. And what happens, right? Many the business oriented, commercially profit oriented news operations, they'll try to capture large number of audience, and because that's their raw material through which they can monetize, they get a revenue for that. For that, they have to compromise certain rules, certain communities, certain voices. They have to magnify certain groups. They have to avoid certain groups. So mainly the criticism of mainstream media is they confine to the power center, urban, city, where the economic purchasing power is better. So that is their inability, because they have to support those groups in order to get advertisements. But what is the outcome of that survival technique is, many times newspaper they have to compromise the diversity. Many times they have to compromise some multiplicity in their approach, perspectives, viewpoints, content, or the particular approach to any issue. They might lack the diversity, but which is being compensated in an online platform. Since I told you that gatekeeping is nowhere functional in an online platform, anyone can post anything. So if you are interested to know more about your interest area, and you can find plenty of viewpoints, plenty of comments, and comments comes from left, center, right, whatever level, you will find everything. And depends upon your interest area, depends upon your own choice, you can pursue the content in diversified manner. So this is it's happening in online platform, and that is because there's a separate stream also started coming, that is citizen journalism. Like a public news institutions, there's a citizen journalism. It's not confined to any newsroom, but the interested people, they come together, they share the content in a more professional manner, and mainly through online platform. After seeing the tremendous growth in the citizen journalism, even mainstream media also started creating a separate section called citizen reporter or citizen journalism content, blogs, citizen news, citizen blogs. There are many, you will find plenty of online popular websites also having a separate segment to accommodate the citizen journalism part. So mainly the point is democratization, and thanks to the technology that empower the individuals to come up with a more participation. The participation also more meaningful. Many of them can contribute to civic affairs. Many contributes to political issues. Many contributes for other social causes, including for environmental protection and the air pollution issues also. So this is the special characteristics of the online platform, and through which the diversity is being maintained and individuals are empowered, and not only the issues are confined to one geographical country boundary, and you will find the interest area across the global context. So this is a speciality. These are the characteristics of news in a digital age. Thank you.